The GRENLEC debates. Power, bright ideas.
The motion is, be it resolved that performance in examinations is a determinant of future success.
Modern school examinations have been around for more than a century. Most people have taken them for years. They have passed through long hours and sleepless nights for preparation and memorizing. Sometimes, exams help students to pass to the next level, but most of the times, they hinder them. And one thing is sure, exams are never a tool to acquire knowledge and can never define one's intelligence nor capabilities. Thomas Edison once said, "Tomorrow is my exam, but I don't care. A single paper can decide my future."
Don't you believe that project-based assessment, as your second speaker stated, for an alternative for examinations, are easier to cheat on?
No.
But with project-based assessment, invigilation is less. So it is easier for students to go home and cheat.
No, project-based assessments usually incorporate group work, and in group work...
Right, and with group work, children can leech onto others, and they would not learn anything.
Yes, that's true.
They would just get the grade.
Yes, but some teachers have what they call individual markings, where they mark you based on what you do, and the group leader.
But how if they stole the work from another student, how would the teacher know that they stole the work and it is not their work?
What the opponents, believe me, our teachers do know if you actually know the work or if you have just copied it.
What is your proof for that? How should I believe you?
You should, this evidence has not been provided as of yet, but teachers observe things.
So why should I believe if it is not provided?
Now, your second speaker spoke on that it takes a toll on their mental health. However, there are many different avenues in place to prevent this, such as therapy. They also spoke that exams can hinder the future, but once again, it cannot, because there are many practical exams that only foster understanding and not memorization. There are other methods. Your second speaker also spoke on other methods than exams, such as PBAs and projects. But to this I say, wouldn't this foster cheating? Yes, it would.
The motion is, be it resolved that in today's society, religious education in school fosters inclusivity.
Wouldn't religious education in schools open a wider topic on LGBTQ and why it's wrong?
My worthy opponent, the LGBTQI community is not wrong. It's wrong to the Christian belief. This is why it would make students a part of this community feel excluded. If they're being hammered with what you just said, that it is wrong, how would this make them feel? It would make them suffer with mental health. Isn't that an issue?
Mental health is, yes, indeed an issue, but in the Bible, it definitely talks about how we should love one sex.
It also talks about treating others how you would like to treat yourself. If you make somebody, any person, even being excluded from the LGBTQ community, feel like what they're doing is wrong and that they're sinful, wouldn't this make them suffer with mental health?
My worthy opponent, I would also like to state that not all religions use Bibles.
Next question.
Stated by a second speaker, isn't Grenada a Christian country?
Yes, Grenada is a Christian country, but not every person in Grenada is a Christian.
Our team observed a flaw in our worthy opponent's logic. They proclaim that religious education helps prevent bullying by teaching you to treat others how you would like to be treated. They also proclaimed that religious education would open up the way for new bonds among peers from various religions. As our first and second speaker concurred, those in the LGBTQ+ community feel judged, bullied, or even forced to conform to the lifestyle prominent by the foremost religion of a country.
Religious education gives you the opportunity to express yourselves freely through discussions. They also claim that religious education is not important, but according to the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, it says, "Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it." Therefore, Therefore, religious education will help to train up a child. The Bible is the way to go.
The motion is, be it resolved that AI tools should be integrated into the classroom.
According to www.gettingsmart.com, AI helps teachers facilitate self-guided student learning, independent practices to help students build their skills around self-guided learning and ownership over learning. The use of AI tools increase motivation and engagement among students, allowing students to play with AI tools and to not be afraid to geek out with the new technology.
Their first speaker stated that AI helps students build their skills and be more creative. But is this really true? AI can make a student become lazy and complacent in school if not monitored properly. Students can just cheat, which hinders their reasoning skills. One major problem in artificial intelligence is that it hallucinates, as my first speaker had stated. Imagine asking an AI for help for work, and the AI hallucinates, and everything you wrote is just incorrect. Currently, AI services, examples, Google and ChatGPT, are trying to fix this problem. Their second speaker stated that AI can show students full potential. How is this true? Students' potential can be shown with just a simple Google search? How outrageous.
Now, I would like to address some of the outrageous objections that the worthy opposition has raised. While they have argued that AI tools are in its infancy, so we should not allow these AI tools to help in the development of children, it is important to note that although AI is in a relative infancy, it has improved data analysis of various students, recognizing the various learning patterns, providing the best help possible. Our worthy opponents have also argued that AI tools make teachers and students too dependent, decreasing cognition. However, it is crucial to note that AI tools provide personalized learning, adapting to the strengths and weaknesses of various students, increasing their cognition and critical thinking ability.
The motion is, be it resolved that AI is a threat to human survival.
For the opponent, wouldn't you agree that AI leads to increase on unemployment rates?
No, my worthy opponent.
Why not?
Because jobs will be created from the use of AI. As I stated before, they would need people. Let me finish my worthy opponent. They would need people to maintain these systems.
Worthy opponent, what is the figure? What is your figure for how many jobs will be created?
My worthy opponent, you do not have a figure, but
exactly,
it is clear. Judges, I would like you to know that my worthy opponent is not giving me time to answer the question. It is noted that jobs will be created. For instance, as I stated before, when there were no need for typers anymore, more jobs were created.
And my worthy opponent to add, AI is not replacing all humans. What it's doing is assisting them. So jobs will still be in place, but AI will be implemented to make.
Worthy opponent, time is of the essence.
As AI advances, so will its abilities to do tasks deemed necessary of automation. AI may replace jobs, but tell me, worthy opponents, how will these AI be created in the first place? Someone has to develop these AIs and their parts. Someone has to maintain these AIs in case of failure. Jobs may be lost due to the AI, but for every job lost, more takes its place. Opponents, is this a threat to human survival? I think not.
As mentioned by the first speaker, AI can aid children with disabilities. Worthy opponents, do you know that there are special schools that cater for these students? Worthy opponents, many persons go to study special needs to specifically help these students. So are we just going to leave these persons unemployed? These persons who studied for years, worthy opponents? Opponents, with the rising cost of living, it would be detrimental to leave these persons unemployed.
The motion is, be it resolved that the 1983 U.S. military operation in Grenada was an intervention.
The United States viewed Grenada as a potential threat to the regional stability and a foothold on the communist influence in the Caribbean. A Additionally, on October 1983, the United States, under the Reagan administration, launched Operation Urgent Fury, a military invasion of Grenada. The invasion was justified as a rescue mission to protect American medical students, but also aimed to remove a perceived communist threat posed by the PRG.
Mr. Speaker, the United States military forces bombed, killed, and destroyed the lives of innocent Grenadian citizens. They did not intervene, they invaded. Their unnecessary invasion traumatized the Grenadian citizens and still affects the country mentally and emotionally to this day. To this day, people are scared to talk about this incident. To this day, because of the atrocities that the US committed. For example, a man's arm was shot off. By who? Who committed this heinous action? The United States soldiers. An intervention is a mere interruption of a fight. But judges, it is clear that the US were the ones who started the fighting.
The motion is, be it resolved that the promises of the Grenada Revolution were realized.
Well, the opponents, during the 1979 to 1983 revolution, the Constitution was suspended. Our rights to freedom were taken from us. As stated by Dr. Lawrence A. Joseph, the suspension of the Constitution led to the People's Revolutionary Government, PRG, ruling by decree and could imprison without judicial check. And our proponents still argue that the promises of the revolution were recognized. Dr. Joseph further stated that the suspension of the Constitution led to internal conflicts, a further problem that violated the promises that were established by the PRG. Worthy proponents, if we were promised such equality, then why were persons detained without trial?
You can kill a revolutionary, but you can never kill the revolution. Our definition stand. Good morning, comrades. My team and I boldly support the moot. Be it resolved that the promises of the revolution were realized. Distinguished comrades, do not allow your exceptional minds to be swayed by our opponents' devious notions. As the second speaker of the most impeccable proposition, I will liquidate any poisonous darts of misconception, cementing two vital points to bolster my team's unshakable stance on this debate. Opponents, allow me to eloquently elaborate on my first point, being agrarian reform. Listen keenly, for I shall make this crystal clear. The Grenadian Revolution saw promises such as agrarian reforms. Land redistribution was a key component in addressing pressing issues of land ownership and landlessness. This allowed for more people to access land for agriculture. Agriculture in our region, comrades, immensely aided in the economy of numerous islands.
The GRENLEC debates.